Hi everyone, and welcome to Paper Pumpkin Week here on Creative Chelsey. Over the past couple days, I've shared some great card ideas that you can make with the contents from this month's kit. Today I'm sharing with you my fifth alternative idea using the January 2025 Paper Pumpkin kit called Hearts for You. If you would like to watch me unbox this kit and create these cards or see any of my other alternatives, click on the playlist in the top right corner. This card uses fun repeating pattern to give interest to the background. I am so excited to share with you how I made it. Each month I take the contents from the Paper Pumpkin kits and make alternative projects. My cards are easy to follow and can be made by both experienced or new paper crafters. You may need just a couple other products to complete them. You can follow along with me using supplies you already have or purchase any products you see me use from my online store. And the link to all products is below in the description or on my blog, creativechelsey.com. Do you want more alternative card ideas for your Paper Pumpkin kits? Then subscribe to Paper Pumpkin and choose me as your demonstrator. I have joined with other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators to design 8 to 10 more alternative ideas in a PDF tutorial, which includes photos and instructions. My subscribers receive this PDF tutorial along with an exclusive design card kit, all for free. So yesterday we trimmed down one of the envelopes and I've got the leftover pieces, and we're going to need to have both of these to complete the card today. We're going to begin with the back piece, and this is just the full back side. We're going to trim off 1 1/4 inches from the bottom. So just go ahead and line it up at 1 1/4 inches, trim. All right, so once you've done that, you're going to take the ends and we're going to do a fishtail cut on them. And so just find kind of the center on your paper trimmer, so it's even on both sides of your cut line, and you're just going to cut up just a little bit and lift up and then cut a little bit on that side. Those are my guides, and then I'll take my paper snips, and from the corner to the top of that guide I'll just trim to make that fishtail shape and repeat on the other side. Okay, so we're good with that. We're going to distress it a little bit. We do want to take, this is the front of the white card base. It has some guides when you're making this card, and we're going to use those guides to do our stamping, but we are going to trim it down a little bit to fit. And the size we want here is 3 3/4 by 5. So that is just a quarter of an inch off of all sides. So you can just rotate that all the way around. So 3 3/4 is your final dimension, and then 5 inches, just like that. Okay, so it's just a little smaller piece. All right, so to make this fun background, I am going to take my Real Red ink spot and the solid heart that comes in the stamp set. So this is the larger heart on my background. And I'm just going to begin by stamping them over kind of the guides that are already printed. And I'm going to just kind of stamp them randomly. I'm going to do it first by stamping a diagonal going all the way down. And then on the top row, I'm going to go every other, and on the second row, I'm going to go every 2. And then I can't really see what I did in the middle 2 rows, so I know I stamped. We can just kind of do some random stamping here, depending on what looks good. Maybe this one here. And kind of do the same thing here. Let's put one there, and we'll put one here. And then for the bottom row, I did every other again. So starting from the one I already stamped. And then looks like I did every other on the top row, or on the top of the bottom. So second from the bottom. So really random, doesn't need to be perfect. You do what you want to do. If you want to do every other the whole way, you can do that. It's kind of fun to add a little bit of different kind of pattern if you want. Okay, so the small heart I got from the Be My Valentine heart here. It's this little single heart, and I really loved how it looked, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I'm going to stamp it in Flirty Flamingo ink, but you could use any coordinating color, and you could really use any heart. So if you look through your stamp sets, I'm sure you have another little heart in it. There's lots of options here. And that's just going to go on the other heart that hasn't been stamped. So just kind of eyeball where that heart is. And there we go. All right, so I'm now going to go ahead and distress the edges. If you don't love to distress, then don't worry about doing this step. And to add to the distressed element, I'm also going to do some splattering. So I've got my little splatter box and a real red Stampin' Right marker. And just going to splatter that in a couple spots, just to kind of add to that distressed look. I'm also going to do some distressing on this piece of Flirty Flamingo cardstock, which is just 1/8 of an inch larger than my heart piece. So that would put it at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then you're going to layer these two. I did kind of pull down the corner just a little bit up here on the top left. And it should just be a really tiny little border between these two pieces. Just like that. Let's go ahead and add it to our card base of Petal Pink cardstock. You could also use basic white if you have it. And that is just added with adhesive right in the center. Then we're going to take our banner, and you're just going to distress this. Be more gentle with this one. It's thinner paper. A little bit on the inside of that cut, and then you're going to crinkle it just a little bit to give it some interest. Okay. And this piece is flat in the middle, and then we can pop it up with dimensions on the sides. And it's just going to go right in the center. So there's 2, and then it's going to go over these 2 in the middle, and then there'll be 2 more showing at the bottom. And if it's a little crooked, that's okay. So glue it down in the middle, and then take some dimensionals and pop them up on the sides. And if you can crinkle it just a little bit, you can do that. Okay, so really fun look there. So for the paper pumpkin kits, each quarter they come out with a coordinating die set. And this one is called Spring in the Air dies, and it coordinates with January, February, and March kits. And I love this one. This is the one that coordinates with the January kit. And what it does is it's going to cut out both an inside solid heart and an outside scalloped edge. Isn't that so cute? So we're going to use the inside solid heart for this card. Before we add it to the card, if you have Wink of Stella, it's just a really nice little touch that you can add to the cardstock. So a little tip that I have when working with Wink of Stella is I like to use the backing piece of my dimensionals, and I will just squeeze, and you can kind of see it come out really quick, but I'll just kind of squeeze it until I get a drop or two coming out, and then I mix it on there, and then I can paint it on here without getting too much coming out of my Wink of Stella. So that way I'm just getting a great little layer of shimmer to my heart, or whatever other cardstock or stamps, anything like that, that you might be adding the Wink of Stella to. So I'm just kind of picking up whatever I added there and adding a little extra, and then make sure to cap it so you don't get it all over or to have it dry out or anything. And I'm not sure if you can see that shine on that, but it's really pretty and it's such a great little addition to our card. And I'm going to pop it up with a little bit, yeah, so with some dimensionals that also gets popped up, and just a slight angle here, just like that. Then we're going to take the gold foil stickers, and we have these love in a script. And if you want, you could just lay it directly onto your Petal Pink. The problem was that it didn't stand out as well as I hoped. I like a lot of contrast on my cards, and so what I thought would help would be if we added it to some solid real red paper. And there's the flap from the envelope is solid red. So we're going to place that on the front, stick that right down, and then you can take your paper snips and you're just going to do a fussy cut around this greeting. And this is going to help it pop. It also will help it so it doesn't stick to other parts of your card. And we can pop it up with dimensionals because it makes it just a little thicker. So it has some good benefits. If you would rather, like I said, just stick it right onto your card, you can definitely do that. Okay, so that's the outside. So to cut inside this opening in the L, you're going to find a hole punch that will fit. This side is a little bigger, so we'll use that. And you're going to start by cutting a hole inside the opening, and then take your paper snips and just cut to the edge of where you would like to have your border be. So right about there, and then do it like in a cross. So going each direction. And then you're going to just do a rough cut from one corner to the other. It doesn't need to be perfect yet. This is just going to open up some space so that you can move your paper snips around. Okay, so you can see how it's kind of rough. There's a little better. And then you can go for it. And I'm just going to start down here and come around. It's a little tricky. Actually, I'm going to try this direction. Well, it's tricky when you're left-handed, because you can't really see where you're at. So you just kind of have to guess, because I don't cut that way. So just kind of smooth it out as you're kind of moving around the edge. I'm kind of using my fingernail on my other hand as a little guide so that I know not to get too close to the L. This side shouldn't be too bad. It's mostly straight. There. Okay. Not too bad. I keep putting my hand behind it, but it's not really helping. There we go. Then let's go ahead and add some dimensionals. And then you can add it to your heart. And if you want to place it at an angle, you can. Just like that. Then there is in the kit a little banner label, and we're going to stamp you on that and tuck it underneath our love and our heart. We're going to stamp that in real red. With the banner on the right side. So like that. And let's go ahead and pop that up with a dimensional as well. And just stick it under your heart. And there we go. If you want to add any hearts, you can. Let's do a couple. Maybe one right there. Maybe let's just do two. We'll just do two up there in that corner of the heart. And your card is all done. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this fun card today. If you're interested in getting your own Paper Pumpkin subscription, please do so using the link in the description box below. If you would like to see written instructions or close-up images on how I created this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.